that afternoon, Greg says, "Hey, listen, let's go up to the cane fields. We'll go take this other ride. We'll go over here." I said, "Okay, cool. I'm on." And Greg's on his at this time in the this Saturday afternoon. Greg and his girlfriend are on his RXPX. I'm on the Cowie, so I can't hang with an 89 mile an hour ski or 85 mile an hour ski with two people on it. I pin out at 67, and I got a little girl on it. I mean, come on. So Greg says, "Let's go for a ride, dude. Let's go." I said, "Okay, cool." So we get about, I want to say there was maybe 8 or 9 of us, and we go on this ride. And we're going through it's pretty wide. It's not real technical trails, and we're doing some riding, and we cut this really neat sweep, and all of a sudden I hear the loud pipes of this RXPX boat, and he pulls up and he pulls right alongside me, and I have it on camera, guys, and I'm not going to publish this because again I don't want to. It's not about ooh, this guy got mad at me. Screw that. Who cares? We're all having fun. He points his finger at me and he goes. And he starts swearing at me, and he's all mad. And he goes, "You need to get single file. You need to ride single file." And I'm like, "Wait, what? You need to ride single file?" He goes, "Yeah, because you're screwing up everyone behind you." And I'm like, I look back, and it's Brad Burney, and it's David, and it's all these guys who know how to ride that I have no qualms about. We could be out in the freaking mid-Atlantic Ocean, and I would trust Brad Burney and Greg Gaddis and half these guys. I'm like, they're fine. And he's like, "Oh, fuck, F you." And he pulls out and he goes, "Rah!" And he pulls off. And I'm like, okay, cool. He's really mad at me. And I'm like, okay. Stupid magazine guy with his little girl in the back, blah, blah, blah. Stupid big cow. He's chewing up the water. And I'm in my head and I go, oh, wait a minute. He's on a Sea-Doo. He's probably being thrown left, right, and center. That's why he's mad. I'm like, if you were on a ski that knew how to actually manage rough water, maybe you wouldn't be so testy. So anyways, I had to laugh about that one. And what was great is as soon as we cut around, he goes, "Hey, we're gonna go across this lake and go to the other. We're gonna go to the other side of this lake, and it's gonna take us to this other area, and it's gonna take us to the cane field." Okay, cool. I'm all for it. Wind had kicked up, and it was like 15, 20 mile an hour wind, and it starts getting whitecaps, and I go, okay. Cowie water. So I turn back to Nat, and I'm normally I stand up when it's rough water like that, but I got my kid with me, and I'm like, "Hey, are you cool if I go fast in rough water? If I'm going too fast, pull on my shirt, pull on me, and I'll slow down." She goes, "Okay, no problem, Dad." I said, "Great." Pinned. And ski's going 65, crack, 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 crack. Just going across. Now, Brad Burney, he's on an FX. So Brad splits because Brad's going after Greg. Greg sees Brad coming. He's like, "I ain't letting that dude pass me." So they get into it. And they're going mid-70s. All right. They're hauling ass. And Greg said he was like, "Okay, all right, here we go." But he's got his girlfriend on the back. They got some weight. He's doing okay. Check this out. 2 dudes from Texas start pulling up. And I'm pinned. I'm going 65, guys. That's all that ski can do. All right? Because it's not tuned. There's nothing to it. It's bone stock. But I'm wide open. And this guy pulls ahead of me. The guy who yelled at me pulls ahead of me. He looks at me, pulls ahead, probably gets about 3 or 4 car lengths. And it starts getting a little rougher. And the ski goes, "What?" You start hearing the pump disengage. You start hearing the blow-off valve on the Cowie. Woo, woo, woo. And all of a sudden, this cat gets real upset. And he starts backing up. And all of a sudden, he can't hang. And I'm sitting there looking at him. And I one-hand wave on the Cowie. Backs up. I'm the third person to the other side of that lake. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, "Hey, how's that?" And Natalie, she's like, "Oh, wow, that was rough. Oh, that was a little tough. Oh, that was a rough one." And I'm like, "Yeah, it was." And this really neat guy, was it Jordan and Anna? They were on a built GP. And I was the fourth guy across because Jordan and Anna, they wanted to hang with those guys. And he's got a fast 80 miles, something on our ski. And his GP and his girlfriend, they took off too. But I'm hanging out. I give her a little drink. We're sitting there. And the Texas guys have all recollected. And I'm loud as hell, so they can hear me. I know they can hear me. But Jordan and Anna pull up. And they go, hey, that lake was pretty rough, huh? I go, it's okay. I'm like, is it like what, 1.5, 2 foot? He goes, yeah. It was like 1.5, 2 foot. He goes, how'd that thing do? And I go, the Ultra? And he goes, yeah. I go, enough to beat the crowd with an 8-year-old girl in the back. And I just heard this guy's like, I'm like, hey man. And I'll tell you what, this is my ballerina princess daughter who's having a mermaid birthday party tomorrow. She hung on the back of that Ultra, wide open throttle across that lake, totally pinned. And that cat with that I race and I have a race Sea-Doo wouldn't hang. So that either speaks to the ski or that speaks to the rider. And I would hate to say that an 8-year-old girl can hang on tighter because that's not very nice. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out. This clip was taken from our weekly podcast that we record here every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to watch the whole video, you can go to the Watercraft Journal's YouTube channel, go to playlists, and then click on live sessions. You're going to see it there. Otherwise, go ahead and leave a like, a comment, and definitely subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow. And again, thanks again for watching our videos, and we hope to see you soon.